Welcome to the Union Weekly Insider. I'm Andrew Lindy. This is the official podcast for the Union Weekly out of Cal State Long Beach. I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you what it takes to put together a weekly student publication. This week, you'll be meeting the co-editors of our music page, Elliot Gatica and Kayla Marie Hardaway. You'll hear what it's like to share editing responsibilities with two people who previously edited pages on their own. You'll also get to know Chris Orozco, our distribution manager, interim advertising executive, and general man about the office. But first, here's a look into the making of a special video project for the Union Weekly YouTube page. Editor-in-Chief Alex Ramos decided he wanted to make a little video for our newly revamped YouTube page. We settled on doing a fireside chat in the style of presidents and other leaders who address their constituents and their concerns.
My fireside chat is just going to be me talking about the important issues for 2 minutes. That's 120 seconds of commentary on what's going on in the world, what's going on in the nation, what's going on campus. I don't really want to talk about what's going on in the Union Weekly, because I already do that in the intro every week. So I don't want to be too repetitive across all the different things I do.
Are you ready?
I don't know about ready. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I gotta listen to some of Obama's fireside chats and try to model mine after his, I guess.
Alex was trying to decide what topics he would cover exactly.
I mean, we have the presidential debates this week, so I might go in on Hillary and Trump, and just people in general that don't want to vote. I have feelings about that.
I wasn't sure where I wanted to post the fireside chat video at first, so I approached social media manager Alexis Cruz about it. And I was thinking of, because it would be a short video, I was thinking of putting that on Instagram. What do you think about that?
Like Instagram itself or like the Instagram story?
Instagram itself.
Okay.
Like it would be, because I would edit it like all on my phone and then just post it to the Instagram right from there.
Yeah, that's...
Do you think that would be a good like venue, or how do you think we should go about that?
I mean, we could do it both on Twitter and Instagram, because Twitter does video now as well. If you want to do it on Instagram, I think it'd be good, because we need to get the ball rolling on Instagram since it kind of died down. I think the problem with Instagram right now is because of the new algorithm. So I wouldn't know whose feed we would pop up on. That's my issue with Instagram. That's why we haven't been using it. And that's why I decided not to use it in terms of just general posting. But for stories, I do want to push that more. It's just, I don't know. I feel like we haven't done anything exciting lately for stories.
In the end, I decided on YouTube. You should go check out the finished product at youtube.com/theunionweekly. The two editors of the music page are Elliot Gatica and Kayla Marie Hardaway. Two editors working together on one page could be chaotic, but they have a system.
It's an interesting dynamic. Like, it's something I was surprised to see, because I know, like, in my experience with Union Weekly last year was one of the first years that they started really doing co-editors. So I think it's good. It's very beneficial, especially for the music page, because last year it was a page that was getting a lot of content all the time. It was really hard to facilitate with just one person, and then often it would have to have spreads, and so it was just like one person handling all of that. So I think it's really good, because this year it's like split between two people who really like to do the music page. And so I'm mostly in charge of like the content, like working with contributors, coming up with ideas, and then Elliot, the other music editor, is mostly in charge of like doing the layout, because he's most available on Saturdays and stuff. So I think it's good, like the way we split it, and we work really well together, so it's really fun. Mm-hmm.
We kind of share the same duties in a way. I edit stuff, we trade stuff back and forth. I do the laying out, I do like the final copy editing. She actually finds a lot of people and talks to them, and I talk to people too. I'm not just overwhelmed by a bunch of people messaging me, emailing me, just trying to contact me saying, hey, is my story going to be in this week? Because this and that, the timing of this or not, and like, I don't have to deal with that all on by myself now. I have Kayla now, so it takes the pressure off, and it doesn't make me feel as overwhelmed as before, because I know it sounds stupid of me to say, but I felt really stressed out when I would have like about 6 stories coming to me and I only had one page, and I had to start thinking, okay, whose am I going to use? Now I have more input.
Kayla was the food editor last year.
I applied for completely different pages. I think it was just something that, like, I'm kind of a team player, and if I see something that needs to be done, like, I'm more than willing to help out. Food just isn't something that people were generally interested in, and so they presented it to me, and I was like, yeah, help out, because I wanted to, edit. I wanted to start working on page layouts and stuff, so I was the food editor. Music is the thing that I wanted to do. It's what I applied for because I'm just generally really interested in music as a personal interest, and it's what I want to do with my career. So I was really happy to find out that I was one of the music editors this semester.
Elliot started as a copy editor and moved up to music editor the semester after that. He held the position for a year before Kayla joined as co-editor. Elliot is actually an economics major with a minor in web technologies. He worked on his high school paper and combined his passion for journalism with his love of music.
It actually broadens my horizons when it comes to, as of right now, it was just mostly album reviews and here and there some concert reviews and some artists I've never knew of. I kind of picked them up and, I realized that they're actually pretty decent,
Kayla also works at the Beach Pride office and does event planning under ASI for student events.
My main goal when I came here as a freshman was to get really involved on campus. So I remember just walking through Week of Welcome, and I got a flyer, and I was like, oh, join ASI, and I was like, what is this? And I kind of just explored it more, and then I came across Beach Pride events. So it's just we create events for students here on campus, and I started as a volunteer. I really liked it. I liked being involved, and then I ended up getting program assistant, which is basically just doing more of the planning, and now I'm the lead program assistant there. So it kind of just scaled up and up because it was something that I also enjoy doing. Super random that I'm an English major and a journalism minor doing event planning and working for the Union Weekly, but it's something that I just think is really fun, and so that's why I stayed with it throughout the years.
Both Kayla and Elliot have similar reasons for joining the Union Weekly. Why did you start working with the Union Weekly?
I liked the content of it. It reached me on a level where I don't have to take it too, I wouldn't want to say seriously, but I feel like I can actually hear the people's voices when they write. And that's what I actually like more. I find it more interesting where it feels a lot more conversational and not as much as a 49er sometimes, where it could be a bit bland or just straight up objective. Right here, it feels a lot more subjective.
I remember my freshman year, because that's when I got involved. This was my second semester of my freshman year. I would just read both the papers, and I just instantly steered more towards the Union Weekly because I just kind of liked what it represented a little bit better. It's just something that is much more relatable to students, I think, and I mean, students can get involved. It's contributor-based, so it's just something I naturally gravitated towards.
They aren't the only co-editors either. It's a kind of new trend at the paper to help balance students' workload with schoolwork. We'll have to see what other new trends develop amongst editors. Distribution manager Christopher Orozco has been working in some capacity with the Union Weekly for a few semesters now.
Is this anything like you expected? You were here before.
I think I'm the oldest person here. Well, I guess membership to the Union Weekly. Yeah, I'm the oldest member here compared to everybody else. Sam is included with me as well.
He's held several titles, but he's taking his job as distribution manager very seriously.
Chris, how's your distribution run today?
Trying to toy with the numbers so we could cut it down to 1,000.
Chris is very stressed. He tries his best.
But a few semesters ago, Chris wrote an article that is now infamous around the office. And for that, he is known by another title, The Wind. Food editor Zach Phelps explains.
Oh, The Wind, yeah, that was published in a lifestyle article at this time. Oh God, I love that article. That article's
it was your page.
It was my page, yeah, that was a Union legend.
Oh, it was so last minute too. We were like,
yeah.
Guys, I don't have any articles for my page.
Yeah.
And Chris was like, oh, I have something.
I was short on content, and my parents were coming up that week, and so I had to leave, and I just need something, so I I asked Chris, who's the okay. So Chris, I don't think he had a position then. He was just like the union mascot, but he still kind of is the union mascot.
Aw, don't say that. Poor Chris.
I didn't mean that in a bad way. That's not what's wrong with being a mascot. It's cool. But no, Chris wrote this article. I think he wrote it kind of haphazardly, and it kind of just turned into this running joke. Because I mean, God bless him, I had no clue what that article was about. Like, I still don't. It was like he kept talking about supporting people's bodies and stuff, and like, I guess we kind of got mean about it because we thought it was really funny, and I guess he was like trying to write something serious, and we kind of took it a little too far. But it's still a pretty legendary article.
The legend of the wind continues. Do you have any comments on Chris?
On the wind? On Christopher? No, not really. He's Chris. He comes and goes like the wind. He seems a little rustled right now. I'm worried about him.
So I had to go to the source and see if he could explain himself. You are famous for one written article more than others.
Once again, the statement is I'm a horrible writer. That's because I was infamous for it.
Could you explain the wind?
It was a little piece I wrote back in sophomore year, going through some hard times. I was taking Eastern philosophy. I got into the weird Chinese philosophies. I portrayed myself as the wind. I did a little shout out to The Alchemist because that book was very influential. But I did a poor job of, I wouldn't say commemorating it, but I did a poor job of attempting to be something I'm not.
Why do you think this got published?
At the time, no one had content. No one really gave a crap about what they published.
Some of the quotes included, "If you want to hang out with me, you need to accompany me." And this often quoted one, "I will be there to support you with my body." Elliot hangs out with Chris around the office a lot. He had this to say about Chris's unique writing style.
He's one of the most interesting people I've met. I'm going to say that much. And it's not in a bad way either. It's just, it's hard to keep up with him sometimes because he gets distracted in his own thoughts. But the thing is, no one thinks alike. So after you like hang out with him, talk to him like almost every day, you start to see where he comes from, and it all somehow makes sense. But there are times that I sometimes just straight up make fun of him about things sometimes, or when he's not consistent with what he says, or he suddenly just changes topic because he gets distracted. But you get used to it, and then you never get the same conversation with him.
Despite his silly past, Chris is moving up and eyeing his next job title at school. He's working as the interim advertising executive as well as distribution manager. But he also has something else in mind. So do you think you're going to take on another role while you're here?
Building manager.
That seems like a pretty big leap.
I gotta talk to them, see if they have jobs available over summer. They say I have a position opening. I was talking to one of the managers here.
That will certainly be exciting if it all works out. That's it for another episode. Thanks for listening. Stick around after the credits for some fun glimpses into future episodes. Please check out our YouTube channel where you can find this show and other fun videos. youtube.com/theunionweekly. Here's Allison to close it out.
Thank you for listening to the Union Weekly Insider. To listen to more episodes, check us out on iTunes or any of your favorite podcast apps. New episodes of this podcast drop every Wednesday during the semester. Special thanks to multimedia assistant Allison Meyer, that's me, for additional editing and recording. Our multimedia manager is Andrew Lindy. Music in this episode is from the YouTube audio library. You can find issues of the Long Beach Union Weekly online at lbunion.com and on Medium. Go to medium.com and search Long Beach Union Weekly. Please follow us on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Union Weekly.
Next time on the Union Weekly Insider.
We talked. Bailey, talking doesn't do anything. We gotta chop heads off.
You start.
Good work.
And he's got photos.
You talked to him without me?
videos.
No, I didn't talk to him. I was just threatening him.
Why are you threatening them without me?
Do you want to draw Harambe?
I would love to draw Harambe.
All right, I'm not gonna say any names at this time because nothing has happened yet, and I don't want to ruin any opportunities here. But I have been informed that somebody likes somebody in this office.
Do you think this person who likes this other person is going to do anything about it?
I hope so.